Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your love snapshot for July 2017. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. The love snapshots, which I just started a couple of months ago to add to the other general readings that I do. The love snapshots are a short 3-card reading aimed at looking what the potential is for love and romance for the month for those who are coupled and also those who are single and looking to be coupled as well. So if you're not looking for a love and relationship reading, just stick with the generals at the beginning and the middle of the month. But these are aimed towards couples and singles as well. Just a short little 3-card glimpse at the potential for love and romance in the month of July 2017. These are general readings, of course, so make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well. They may play out a little more predictably for you in love and romance, or just give additional insight and clarification into what's going on in that area of your life for the month of July 2017. There's many of you watching, so of course they're not going to mean the same thing to the same degree for everybody watching. Thank you. Always a thank you to everybody out there for your likes, shares, subscribes, your support, feedback, your comments. Keep them coming. Thank you also to my regular clients for your consistent updates and how the readings play out in your lives. And just a general thank you to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings. It's a pleasure and an honor always to read for you, and I'm grateful for the trust that you place in me to do so. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the About or Description button on my channel's homepage for more information. I do a wide variety of readings, and it also has my email address. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do readings full-time 6 days a week, so I'm usually able to get back with you quite quickly and set up a reading anywhere between a couple of days, upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time we can set something up for you. So if you're interested, email me. We'll go from there. Okay, moving right along. This reading is for the air sign of Aquarius, our water bearers, our Aquarians, for July 2017. Love snapshot, 3 cards for Aquarius, the air sign of Aquarius for July 2017. What is in store for Aquarius, potentially in love and romance for July 2017? 3 cards. Aquarius, love. Okay, Aquarius, we begin with the 6 of Cups in reverse. Next to that, we have the Page of Swords. And next to that, we have the 2 of Swords. I'm tempted to look at one more card, Temperance. Okay. So what I'm getting right away, for those of you single and dating, well, let's just go through the cards first, and then we'll come back and connect them. The 6 of Cups in reverse. Cups is water energy, and in the tarot, this suit deals with that mercurial, watery world of feelings, emotions, relationships, love, all different kinds of love, all different kinds of relationships, how our emotions lead us to communicate with other people and relate with other people. The 6 of Cups is primarily a card of reminiscence, nostalgia, looking back, childhood, roots of origin, can represent travel back to see relatives, parents, where you grew up. It can represent looking back on an innocent childhood time when you had less worries and you were more carefree. In the reverse position, it represents kind of thinking about the past, thinking about how things used to be, maybe looking back through rose-colored glasses and thinking how wonderful things used to be and wanting to kind of return back to that, just kind of dwelling in the past and being rather nostalgic about that, kind of wanting to return to some sense of when times were better is the feeling that I'm getting. This could, and for those of you who are single, this could be somebody from your past coming back to. I feel like for a handful of you, you may have run into someone from your past, and it's kind of triggered or clicked off something in your head, and it's kind of made you spend a lot of time lately just kind of being nostalgic, dwelling on the past, particularly if it's about a relationship you had with this person in the past that you ran into. But I don't feel much of a reconnection from someone in the past in terms of love and romance. So next to that, we have the Page of Swords. Swords is air energy. It's mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. And in the tarot, tarot, the Suit of Swords is all about our words and our ideas, our belief systems, our perspectives, how we look at things, basically what goes on up in our heads, and how that affects our communication and leads us to communicate with other people. Swords can also represent illumination, reality, truth, and sometimes higher education and learning. Pages can represent young people or children. They typically represent messages, messengers, almost always being at the introductory path of something. So this page would be the bearer of news, information, message. And basically in love, it can also represent looking for what's right for you, wanting to do the right thing, looking at what's right. But again, there's this almost student apprenticeship feeling of looking backwards too, kind of like the Six of Cups as well. Sometimes in the upright position, it can represent needing to make a decision or being in a moral dilemma, perhaps, or needing to make a decision that's about where your personal integrity is going to be challenged, meaning that whatever decision you make, the Page of Swords can sometimes represent that truth, honor, integrity are the sharpest weapons in our arsenal, and it's always best to go with that in terms of doing the right thing. Perhaps if somebody from the past has come back and you might be tempted to maybe re-engage with them and it's not a great idea, this would be kind of sticking with your, what you know to be true and right for you. It's also the Page of Swords as an energy, and this could be maybe more for singles than couples. The Page of Swords follows the Ten of Swords, as there's always a progression in the suits of the tarot. And the card before the Page of Swords is the Ten of Swords, which is, because it goes 2 through 10, and then Page, a Knight, Queen, King. So the Ten of Swords was all about betrayal, hitting that rock bottom and being kind of maybe heartbroken and desolated and feeling betrayed. So then we move forward to the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords in relationships can sometimes, particularly with singles and those of you who are single and dating, can represent feeling a little gun shy, because you're just kind of coming off of that energy of the Ten of Swords and you're starting over again. There can be a very positive energy to this Page of Swords because it represents the introductory start of something. It can represent springtime, and it's also a message, and I'm getting this here, I think more for singles, particularly with that Six of Cups in reverse. This is not time to dwell on the past. This is time to move forward in the future and try not to let any negative or painful relationship experiences or dating experiences you've had in the past, try not to carry too much of that forward with you, because it will affect any of the relationships you have or try to have moving forward. There can be a very springtime feel, looking and searching for what's right for you, but really a strong desire not to dwell too much on the past, particularly if someone from the past has come up. I'm not feeling much in the way of reconciliation energy or getting back together again with them, although there may be the temptation to do so. Now we have the Two of Swords, which is a card that can represent feeling stuck, having something that needs to be dealt with, a decision that needs to be made, but not knowing what to do about it, or maybe not really wanting to address it at all. For those of you who are coupled, the Two of Swords, especially paired with the Page of Swords, can represent the things that maybe need to be dealt with between the two of you in the relationship. You've been maybe sweeping it under the rug for quite some time. It looks like July is the time to kind of sit down and have communication. There's another sign which got a message similar to this too. July is the time to sit down and have open, honest communication with your partner about anything and everything that perhaps you've been sweeping under the rug for quite some time, and try to kind of come to a meeting of the mind, try to deal with the things that need to be dealt with, which you haven't for some reason. Because I feel like for some of you couples, there's some things which you guys need to sit down and have a talk about in July, things that you've been ignoring or just kind of sweeping under the rug for a while. For those of you that are single and dating, again, this lineup of cards, I feel like there's a lot of you that You may be carrying quite a bit from negative or painful experiences in the past, dating experiences or past relationships which didn't work out. There's a sense of wanting to move forward and have new beginnings, but maybe feeling still kind of closed off, still kind of guarded, but still wanting to move forward at the same time. There is a kind of this strong energy about perhaps in the month of July, there's just this kind of temptation or longing, and it may have been triggered by something, maybe again running into somebody from your past or hearing that somebody from your past got married or something of that sort, and you just kind of dive into this nostalgic dwelling on the past, but this is it. The advice is to move forward and to try to move forward in any potential dating or love relationships for you singles. Try not to be too closed off based on experiences you've had in the past. Some of you, I feel like it was rather recent. But carrying that energy forward with you, it feels like you're kind of at that crossroads where you feel like you're ready, but you're still kind of, bringing some of that stuff with you from past negative or painful relationships you've had in the past. And some of you, it's just generally, you may be, some of you who are single and dating, you may hit some time periods during July where you feel a little discouraged, or, you're looking back on the past and looking back on a time where things were better, or I'm getting for some of you that are divorced, maybe you're looking back on the early years of your marriage and just wishing things could return to the way they were when everything was good and bright and happy. Try not to be, it's okay to acknowledge and honor our past, both the pain and the joy, but try not to dwell on it too long because it gets rather dangerous. It can be very addictive and get kind of stuck in the past, which will prevent you from moving forward and prevent you from, or it will really affect potentially any relationships that you have moving forward. Because there's either always a comparison or somewhere you're expecting things to kind of turn out the same way. So move forward. It's all new. It's the path forward should be seen as a new one. For those of you who are coupled, especially those of you who have been together for some time, you may be feeling kind of a bit stuck or stagnant in your relationship. Maybe you're looking back on, when things were better, things were easier, maybe things seemed a little more fun, a little more carefree. You may feel kind of bogged down by day-to-day cares and worries and concerns. It may be time to try and get away with your partner if you can. Getting away, even if it's just for a short period of time, can be an extraordinarily healthy thing in a relationship. It can really kind of remind the two of you when you're away from the day-to-day stresses of home and work. It can really remind you of why you came together in the first place and what you really enjoy and love and like and respect about the other person. So you may want to think about that as well for those of you who are coupled, particularly those of you that have been coupled for quite some time. I looked at one more card, a fourth card, and it's Temperance, two major arcana cards. So the energy for July 2017 in terms of love and romance, single and coupled, I don't feel this is the month to make any major significant decisions that may impact you in relationships potentially. It's about kind of staying balanced, staying tempered. That's what temperance means. It means harmony, balance, holding opposite extremes in unison and harmony, being at the center of the seesaw or teeter-totter, so you can remain stable instead of on the outside end where you're prone to going up and down. Watch that kind of dwelling too much on the perfect past, which doesn't ever really exist, but which we tend to look at that way sometimes. Moving forward, try and look at any potential relationships, those of you single and looking in the future, as completely new, blank slates, and just kind of remain balanced for the month of July 2017. I had something else there, but then I lost it. Okay, Aquarius, that pretty much sums up your reading for July 2017, your snapshot, your little glimpse. I hope you have enjoyed it, that it's at least given you some food for thought, because that's why we do these. I will see you all again in about a week for the general mid-month readings. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you haven't read with me before, you can click on the About or Description button on my YouTube channel's homepage for more information, and my email address, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again soon, hopefully right here. And until then, Aquarius, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, love, and a happy life. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you back here soon. Bye-bye.